My vanity decal business is now in its 6th year, I can't even believe it. And wedding season 2023 was one of my busiest and most successful yet. Despite that, every year I look for ways that I can improve and grow it further. So I thought I would just do a video with some of the ideas that I have implemented previously, and then also some ones that I want to look into more this year as well. And if your goal this year is to level up your business, then check out my latest bundle. It includes a guidebook full of information and tips for making more sales, saving time and increasing profit, a 30-day social media challenge to help you to create a consistent voice for your brand, a Notion template designed specifically to keep your business organized, access to my popular suppliers spreadsheet with links to some of the best quality and price suppliers for materials and packaging from around the world, an editable social media templates bundle, and a bonus Etsy SEO guide and checklist for anyone who wants to improve their Etsy business in particular. I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check it out. So let's get into it, and make sure you stick around until the end to hear my very favorite way to make extra money. Make sure everything is optimized. Even if you're already getting fairly good traffic to your website or Etsy shop, are all of your products and listings getting seen and clicked on? Take a look at your stats, and if not, it might be time to go through each one and make sure it is properly keyworded, that all of your photos are clear and bright, your description is accurate and up to date, and there isn't anything in there that shouldn't be. And you could also click any links to make sure they're not broken as well. When it comes to keywords, check that they are in titles, descriptions, tags, categories, and then also in the alt text of your photos. Did you know you can add that now on Etsy? This is definitely something I need to go through and do for sure. And if you need some help coming up with extra keywords, take a look at your website or Etsy search stats to see what customers have been searching to find you, and make sure those phrases are included somewhere in all of the relevant listings. Also on Etsy in particular, I don't know if you've seen this already, but they've changed all of their search photos so that they are now squares instead of rectangles. So if you've previously formatted your main picture so that it looks good as a rectangle, that might be something you need to go through and change as well. I'm not always the best at keeping up to date with these things and making sure everything is optimized, but every year I try to at least do a bit of it. And then a few months later, if the changes I've made haven't made any difference and those particular listings still aren't selling very well, then I usually just take them down off my store to make room for other stuff. Assess your suppliers. This is something I tried to do a lot of last year. I looked at my income versus my expenses and figured out which areas I could save money in to therefore increase my profit margins. For example, I was previously paying about £30 for 500 thank you stickers to put on all of my envelopes to customers, but I changed suppliers and now I'm paying about £6 for the same amount. And the more expensive ones were bigger and they were a bit of a cuter design, but they were not worth 500% more than the cheaper ones. And I honestly don't think my customers will have noticed the swap at all. Obviously, you don't want to cut costs too much and degrade the quality of what you're sending out, but I do think there are often areas that you can slim things down. I also tried to buy way more in bulk as well and plan ahead which colour vinyls I needed, especially during summer when I was busiest. And the savings are so noticeable when I do that. And it also means I get free shipping a lot of the time as well, so I don't have to build that expense into my costs. Again, check out my bundle to get access to my spreadsheet for suppliers in UK, US, Canada, Australia, and New Zealand. Build a community, not just customers. I've noticed that some of the most successful businesses that sell through social media or email marketing seem to have built communities that have consistent engagement with them rather than just customers who come and like buy one or two things. And I don't necessarily just mean the people and brands that have hundreds of thousands of followers or millions of followers, because actually sometimes their engagement rate isn't as good as businesses who have maybe a few thousand followers. So I don't necessarily think it's about how many followers you have. I think the key is to making sure that everything you post, people actually engage with it. They want to share what you're doing, and then when you actually share something that you're selling, they will actually click through and look at it and consider buying it. There are so many ways to do this, and I think one of the best ways to start is to look at past content that maybe has had a lot of engagement previously and brainstorm how you can replicate this in several different ways. Or you could look at content from people you follow and engage with yourself and think about why you like what they post and about how you might be able to apply that type of content to your own business. This is definitely something I need to get much better at with my decal business. I've totally neglected it. So I should probably do my own 30-day social media challenge for that business too. Let me know in the comments if you want me to do some sort of follow along, see how I get on. Only if people are going to join me doing it as well though. Get more organised. One of the most consistent ways I've managed to improve my business is by giving myself more time to work on marketing and creating and developing new ideas and designs. And I've done that a lot of the time by improving my organisation. Whether that's finding ways to cut down the time it takes me to make orders, or having my files arranged in a way where they're easier to access, or just making the whole process of dealing with customers quicker and easier using templates and auto replies. I'm also a Notion convert. I signed up to it ages ago after seeing loads of other people recommend it. And I remember opening it and being like, this is the most confusing thing ever. I think I played with it for about 5 minutes and then went straight back to Trello. But then a bit further down the line, I saw someone I follow, I think, talking about Notion and how they use it. And they were selling a template, and so I thought I would give it another go. And I have literally never looked back. It keeps me so organized. I'm not going to show you a clip of my personal weekly plan. Well, because it's personal, but also it's a little bit chaotic. Very much represents my ADHD brain with 4 businesses and a lot going on. But this is the template that I sell within my bundle and also separately on my Etsy shop. And it has areas for your daily and weekly to-dos, goals, finances, a brand hub, and a content planner. And I include a video on how to use it too if you're a Notion newbie like I was. Obviously, there are so many other ways to stay organized and different platforms and apps you can use, of course. You just have to kind of figure out what works for you and what makes your business process easier and quicker. Make extra money. Another way I have continued to grow my business as a whole is by making sure I am capitalizing on all of the extra ways I can make money. And ideally, the more passively I can do that, the better. I've sold digital designs for years now, and I started out by selling some of the designs I was using for my decal shop so that people could print them or make their own decals with them. So if you create your own designs or could easily create your own, then this might be something to consider. Doesn't take a lot of extra time to create an extra Etsy shop or add them to design bundles or create Fabrica. And you might think that this will take away from your existing business, but I think it actually makes it easier to sell worldwide. And the people who are going to make their own decals or their own crafts were probably never going to buy from you anyway. So I just think you're kind of maximizing your customer reach by branching into digital products. Another great way to make some extra cash is by recommending complementary products to your customers, things that you know they will like or things that can be used alongside your products, and use affiliate links to these things so that if they purchase them, you will get a little bit of extra commission. Obviously, only ever recommend things that are relevant and hopefully good quality from reputable sources, and you do usually have to disclose that it's an affiliate link as well. Then you could also do a collaboration with another business or be paid to promote other businesses if you already have a large social media following or email list. For more ideas along those lines, check out my video here, which goes into a bit more detail. And I'm sure there are many other ways you could do this that are more specific to your business as well. I just think it's always good to be on the lookout for ways you can maximize your income. So I hope you found that helpful and it gave you some good ideas. Again, don't forget to check out my latest bundle if you want the resources to help you implement all of these things and more. And let me know in the comments what your business goals are this year and if you have any other good tips for improving a craft business. Thanks for watching.